And you thought Wizards of the Coast was bad. Well, some more bad PR is coming from some major players in the tabletop industry, and we're here to tell you all about it.
What are they doing now?
Over the past week, two major tabletop companies have found themselves at the center of separate controversies, giving themselves black eyes that were very easy to avoid in the process. Our first story comes courtesy of Cryptozoic, who you might know as the publisher of the DC deck building game and one of the co-developers of the upcoming DC Dual Force mobile game, which is going to be a rival of sorts to Marvel's Snap, you know, the Marvel card game that everyone is playing on their phones. Well, they have come under fire by a number of freelance artists, most of whom are from Brazil and Latin America, who claim that Cryptozoic has spent months avoiding paying them. There were several other instances of Cryptozoic making late payments to artists that have emerged over multiple games, with one artist claiming that Cryptozoic took over 13 months to pay them a paltry $150, while another artist stated that Cryptozoic only paid them after a 6-month lapse once the artist had engaged a lawyer who had written a threatening letter to them. It was only after the artist spoke out and a Pay Your Artist post went viral on Twitter that Cryptozoic seemed to finally take notice about the fact that they haven't been paying their artists. According to Board Game Wire, Cryptozoic blamed the late payments on the February death of their CEO, John Sebenik, and said that they were trying to pay 10% of their outstanding artist invoices every week. And now, after this post went viral, Cryptozoic also allegedly said that they had magically secured funding to make good on all their outstanding artist invoices, and artist Marco Tamura, whose post about Cryptozoic was the one who went viral on Twitter, he said that Cryptozoic had reached out to the artists and said that payments would be coming this week. In the meantime, the Polyhedral Knights, which is a very small tabletop RPG publisher, received a cease and desist letter from Renegade Game Studios over Renegade City, a tabletop role-playing game that looks to be very heavily inspired by Grand Theft Auto. Renegade Games claims that the use of the word renegade created the likelihood that consumers might believe that the game is somehow affiliated with Renegade Games, who is best known for making the G.I. Joe and Transformers RPGs, the Power Rangers RPG, a whole line of Power Rangers games, and they are also happen to be the publisher for most World of Darkness books. The cease and desist letter specifically mentioned that Renegade was seeking to protect its trademark because it also publishes tabletop RPGs, even though they publish nothing that uses Renegade in the cover. We will also note that there have been many RPGs over the years that have used the word Renegade in its title. After a lot of controversy and negative feedback, Polyhedral Knights actually posted an update on June 20th, stating that they had spoken to Renegade's lawyers and seemed to sort things out with them. Apparently, according to Polyhedral Knights, some of the issues and the reasons why the cease and desist letter was sent out was tied to Renegade City using an art style and font that was very similar to Grand Theft Auto. Apparently, Renegade was hoping to protect their company from any unintended blowback by, the folks who actually make Grand Theft Auto. However, after explaining, fair use and parody to the lawyers, Polyhedral Knight said that Renegade wouldn't be pursuing any additional legal action and that Renegade City could go forward as planned with its original title. So it seems that both stories got happy endings in the end. The artists seem to be getting paid. Renegade City is going to be called Renegade City, but it seems that public pressure definitely played a part in both cases. It really speaks to the importance of public opinion mattering a lot, especially when it comes to big corporations trying to push around individuals and small businesses. We saw what happened with the OGL scandal earlier this year, and it seems that, public opinion can be used to help the little guy in cases such as these. So, let me ask you, which story ticked you off more? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.